They still don't get it. EU struggling to accept UK is now independent, says Lord Frost. The EU is still struggling to accept the UK is now an independent sovereign nation, Lord David Frost has said. Britain's chief negotiator of the EU trade deal has told peers Brussels is still learning to adapt to the new relationship with the UK. He said relations had been more than bumpy and said a different approach from the EU was required. He told the Lords European Union Committee, "We said last year during the negotiations that we wanted friendly cooperation between sovereign equals as our vision of the future, and that's still what we want. I don't think that's been quite the experience of the last few weeks if we're honest about it. I think the EU is still adjusting somewhat, as we thought they might, to the existence of a genuinely independent actor in their neighborhood, and obviously there's been a certain amount of disagreement over the vaccine issues which in many ways have created political difficulties on the EU side." Lord Frost, who spent over a year locked in talks with Brussels, criticized the behavior from the trade bloc since the end of the transition period. The negotiator claimed a new approach was required from the EU if the two international partners were to overcome their differences. He said, "I think it's been more than bumpy, to be honest, in the last 6 weeks. I think it's been problematic. I hope we'll get over this. It is going to require a different spirit probably from the EU, but I'm sure we are going to see that and see some of this subside as we go forward. None of those things are in themselves dramatic, although some have been very, very serious. We have behind that obviously the Northern Ireland issues." On January 29, the EU sparked outrage from the UK and Ireland after it announced it was triggering Article 16 of the Northern Ireland Protocol following fears of a shortage of coronavirus vaccine supplies. The move, which effectively would have seen a hard border introduced between Northern Ireland and the Republic, was reversed just hours after it was announced. The triggering of the emergency procedure just 29 days after the protocol came into place was seen as a low point in relations between the UK and EU. Despite the frictions over the past 5 weeks, Cabinet Office Minister Michael Gove said he was confident the government and Brussels would overcome the differences in the months ahead. Comparing the difficulties with the EU to the turbulence when an aeroplane takes off, he told the Lords European Union Committee, "We all know that when an aeroplane takes off, that's the point when you sometimes get that increased level of turbulence.